Hi, my name is Kevin Ashley, and I'm the SpreadJS Product Manager. Our v15 Service Pack 1 release is out now, and we have a lot of new and exciting features to share with you, including cross-workbook formulas, as well as enhancements to our PivotTable and TableSheet implementations, and additions to our Workbook and Designer functionality. One of the biggest features we added is cross-workbook formulas, which gives you the power to add formulas that contain references to data in other workbooks. Simply reference file names and locations to utilize data from sheets in those workbooks. For pivot tables, we have added a couple of enhancements, including the ability to show items in a pivot table that don't have data, as well as support for timeline slicers, letting your users easily and intuitively select specific date ranges in a pivot table. SpreadJS table sheets have been enhanced with support for multiple headers and free headers, which let you create a dynamic spreadsheet-like header area above the table sheet, with the ability to add formulas, spark lines, and other spreadsheet capabilities. Cross-column is another powerful table sheet feature that essentially presents fields from multiple related tables in a single view, which can be useful for something like having multiple payment methods that can be calculated individually. Cross-column pivots data like this into a more streamlined view, like a pivot table but for data entry. In some cases, columns in a table sheet might have header text that is longer than the width of the column. Instead of increasing the column width, you can now set the column header fit mode to stacked in order to stack the text on top of each other and keep the columns organized and easy to view. The designer component has been enhanced with a few new features, including enhanced culture info support, which includes exposed properties, customization of culture-related features in the format dialog, and a new culture information package project on GitHub. We have also added support for automatically extending filters to adjacent cells and View 3 support. The object property has also been enhanced to include the dot operator, meaning you can now access properties of JavaScript objects in SpreadJS by using the dot operator. Shapes now support using cell references as the text inside. When a cell reference is entered, the text from that reference cell will be inserted into the shape. When an instance of SpreadJS is not wide enough to show all of the sheets in a workbook, a Show All Sheets button will be displayed in the Sheet tab area that shows a list of all the sheets in the workbook to select from. The getUsedRange API will return ranges of cells that have data in them. The drag-drop functionality in SpreadJS has been enhanced to insert rows rather than overriding existing rows. When selecting a row and dragging it, a highlighted line will appear for the new location of the dragged row. To hide your worksheets and make sure that they stay hidden, we now support the Very Hidden status, which lets you hide worksheets that can't be unhidden with the UI. Setting styles for cells is now easier with support for setting those styles on entire cell ranges, rather than just individual cells. These are just a few of the features and enhancements that have been made to the 15.1 release of SpreadJS. For more information and examples of these features in action, check out our blog and download the latest release of SpreadJS today.